Hello, my name is Martina and I'm Best Day Event Director. Today we have here Janet Milinovic. She's Global Mobility Coordinator at Profesio. Janet, welcome.
Thank you, Martina. Good.
Janet, let's start with your experience living in Croatia. For how long you have been here?
I've already been in Croatia for 3 years now. In regard with the experience, it's quite interesting, actually. Since I've been here for 3 years, the initial years or initial months are actually not that easy, especially coming from Asia and going here in Croatia. This is Europe. It's a different culture, different language. In regard with the language, when I started, I think that was like first 3 months. I have this experience in a Duchan, and I have to go there with my husband because I couldn't do it alone. You know, the storekeeper cannot understand English, and I couldn't understand Croatian at the time. Probably I could just good day, dobar dan, koliko je košta, just those things. But other than that, I couldn't. So that one thing kind of pushed me to really learn the language and also the culture I have to understand because it's different from the culture that I have. It's more of it's a bit different. I could maybe explain it in a bit while.
And in your experience, you just mentioned your cultural experience when you came to Croatia. If we translate that to the profession that you are doing and helping companies and foreign workers to find a common language and here in Croatia, can you tell me what challenges those foreign workers face except language when joining Croatia and regional hospitality teams?
That's right. So, in terms of foreign workers, they often face several interconnected challenges. As I mentioned earlier, one language barriers. This is one of the most significant, particularly in roles that requires direct guest interaction. Of course, where fluency in Croatian language is an advantage. Second, beyond communication, there's this cultural differences that can impact workplace dynamics. For example, Croatian workplace culture often emphasizes a direct communication, style that may feel abrupt or overly, I can say maybe assertive to workers from cultures where indirect or maybe differential communication is the norm. For example, in Asia, additionally, foreign workers may struggle to navigate, let's say, the unwritten social norms or expectations and their roles, especially, of course, in customer facing positions where local customs and etiquette are, let's say, paramount. However, of course, with this targeted support and integration programs we will be talking today, many foreign workers can overcome these initial hurdles, bringing unique perspectives. And of course, it can enrich team dynamics and the service quality, basically.
And when we are talking about employers who are quite often telling that they have challenges with employees, but not only with the foreign workers, but actually with employees. And then when we add to that a different culture, definitely there are some different challenges in everyday operational work. And how they can turn those challenges into opportunities for, like you said, like for the better team dynamic and the stronger team culture.
Mhm. Employers can transform these challenges into opportunities, of course, by fostering an environment of inclusivity, and learning. You know, initiatives such as cultural sensitivity training for the entire team. It
Mhm.
can help bridge the gaps in understanding and, of course, create mutual respect. Respect is really important here. And, of course, establishing, let's say, mentorship programs where experienced local employees can guide and support new hires from
Mhm.
abroad. Uh, this can, of course, ease the transition and provide both practical insights
Mhm.
and, of course, emotional encouragement. Also, it can help if they can provide language training. You know, these programs can help tailored to both professional and social communication, because social communication differ from different races, of course. Also, it can demonstrate an investment in the workers development, and also while addressing this critical operational hurdle.
Okay, and so you comes from Asian culture. Can you tell us exactly which Asian culture?
I'm from the
From
Philippines.
the Philippines. Okay, and from the perspective of Philippines culture and the people coming from Philippines in Croatia, how are they willing um, to embrace those, let's say, initiatives that some of the employers are implementing?
Actually, all of these implementations are vital for these workers coming here in Croatia, because Philippines is kind of different to Europe, specifically Croatia. Because in the Philippines, you work there, they always, it's it's kind of, they want it to be polite all the time when they talk. They want to sugarcoat everything. But here, people expect you to be direct. So when you say that you don't want this, they would tell you that, hey, we don't want this, basically. But of course, these people, specifically from the Philippines going here, they would want to know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. And that would really help them to have those expectations straightened, so that they know how to react or respond properly.
And yes, and this is definitely that somebody has to be in charge of the foreign international teams and how to integrate them in in the workforce of a national companies. And we see of course, the growing trend of international talent in the hospitality industry worldwide. And what trends do you foresee shaping the future workforce?
Well, the increasing reliance on international talent will likely drive greater emphasis on workforce diversity and inclusions, of course, as competitive advantages. Key trends shaping this future may include implementation of robust talent acquisition strategies that, of course, focuses on international markets, and adoption of digital tools, of global recruitment, and of course, onboarding. Other than that, probably a shift toward more flexible work arrangement
And
that could enhance.
what does this flexible work arrangement could mean?
Yeah. For example, you cannot treat local employees the way how you treat those from other countries, because they are two different people. This is why we have to be flexible on how, like, for example, if this person, this we're talking about, they just came here first 3 months, for example. So you have to talk to this person directly, but then to this person, Person B, you couldn't because he's still learning how to do the norms, the social norms, he's still understanding. So we have to be somehow flexible, but not to the point that we are already biased to employee A and employee B. Yeah.
Mhm. And you're working at Profesio, and can you tell me how does Profesio empower both workers and employers to navigate all of those differences in expectation, especially in communication, in cultural norms? And do you maybe have any kind of success story that you can share with us?
Mhm. So Profesio, it plays a vital role, of course, in bridging the gap between the foreign workers and the employers, basically. So through meticulous recruitment process, Profesio ensures that candidates' skills align with the job requirements. Of course, beyond that, there is the placement. So Profesio provides ongoing support to both workers and employers to help navigate cultural nuances and communication challenges. So we proactively approach and to foster smoother transition so that we can reduce friction and improving satisfaction on both sides. But how do we do that? We guide our client on what to do, what kind of activities are they going to be doing, Okay, one example, one notable success story that we have, it involves a company hiring international staff for the very first time. So Profesio guided the organization in implementing cultural integration strategies such as language workshops, team building activities. This simple support system not only helped new hires adopt, but also encourage local employees to embrace diversity. The result was actually harmonious and high performing team. And they also said, the client said that they have reduced turnover. So this, of course, increased employee engagement and a good testament that the transformative power of thoughtful integration practices.
Yes, what I learned now from our chat is that definitely the support on international teams is definitely needed, and that definitely helps and gives trust to the both sides. So I'm really looking forward to having you and to see you at Best Day event in February. And thank you very much, Janet, for the talk today.
Thank you, Martina.
So thank you all as well for watching us, and we are all welcoming you at Best Day event in Zagreb in Sheraton Hotel this February. Thank you and see you soon.